Hey, what's going on, guys? So I broke my 700 stock, my Magpul Hunter 700 stock. I'll explain to you what exactly that I did and what my plans are moving forward with the stock. So stick around. Alright guys, so again, I appreciate you checking out the channel. Obviously you're looking at this particular stock, or you have one, or you're wondering what the hell did this guy do. So I'll give you a little background. I've had this rifle stock for probably about 4 or 5 years. I think maybe 4 years or so. I've had it in some videos. It's always been a decent stock. This year when I took this rifle out to shoot it, I ran into a little problem. When I went to deploy the rifle, kicked the bipod out. Next thing I know, I had no bipod. The thing just came off, and I thought, well, that's weird. Why did my Mlok come apart? And actually, what had happened was the Mlok broke. So right around this T-nut here on these slots, if you've never used these Mlok slots before, it kind of locks in with these T-nuts. Okay. And what had happened was this was locked in, I think, in this position, and the T-nuts were turned, and it actually broke off chunks of the plastic. I don't know if it was from recoil, just over time it just kind of wore out. I had not, since I installed it, taken this off, so it was put on there. It's pretty much a done deal, and this was the result. And I'll give you a little bit of a close-up so you can get a better idea of what exactly happened. Okay, so here we go, looking at, and you can see a couple of bite marks. And what I think actually happened was this: when I installed it, I didn't quite get this T-nut cammed over properly, and it just didn't have a good bite in the plastic. Now on these Magpul stocks, they're decent stock. They are made of plastic. The Mlok rail section is also plastic. It's a thick plastic, but it is a plastic. So I think that just the recoil and the age of it, whatever, it just caused it to break and this thing come off, and I can't actually I wouldn't feel safe putting it back on this point. Now I can reinstall it, which I did, and I was able to fire it, so I can move it up to the next T slot, or the next slot here on the Magpul, if I can get it in there. But that's just kind of what happened with it. It's kind of a little, it's a little frustrating. It's not a huge worry. Now I will say that I've reached out to Magpul about this. I love Magpul. I have a lot of Magpul products. It's a great company. I'm not going to stop buying Magpul products because of this. This is just something that it was just a flaw in design, or maybe my stock was bad, or whatever. Maybe it was how I installed it, and I didn't quite, as I said, it looks like I didn't get it cammed over. Knowing all that, Magpul was willing to replace the stock. Now that would require me sending it back to Magpul, and then they would ship me back another one. Having said that, I'm taking this opportunity to maybe look at a different stock, which I'll talk about. So anyway, kudos to Magpul of owning this thing and really just saying, hey, you know what, we get it. Well, even after 4 years, they're willing to replace it. That's just crazy. So I think that's really, really good on Magpul. What I would suggest, if you're looking at this stock and maybe thinking about getting it, maybe not use the Mlok slots with something like this, unless you can really be sure. I guess you get it cammed over, you're probably not gonna have a problem. But just me being a knucklehead, didn't realize it because it's hard to validate it visually. I didn't have it cammed in there correctly, and it did break that off. What I would suggest, if you did purchase this stock and you want to put a bipod on it, just go ahead and tap. They've got pre-dimpled locations that you can tap in a swivel stud, and you shouldn't have any problems. And that's how I would utilize this stock moving forward. Anyway, this stock's going to come off this rifle, so I'm getting it all cleaned up, and we're going to retire this one, and I'm probably going to stick this dude on eBay or something, and somebody else will have some enjoyment at a discount, right? So still works, still functions, but we're probably going to go ahead and do something different. So I'm kind of shopping around for some stocks. I'm thinking about a few ideas. I've got something kind of in mind, and when I get that stock and when I've replaced this one with, I'll come back on the channel and show you what I picked up. And I think what I got might be kind of interesting. You guys might find it pretty cool. So I appreciate you checking it out. If you got any questions or anything like about the stock or my experience with it, feel free to drop me a comment and I'll try to answer. Otherwise, I appreciate you guys checking out the channel. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you guys. Have a good one.